Hello friends, it is Stasia and welcome back to my channel. So today is probably gonna be a little quick of a video, but we will be reviewing my 2022 goals. So in the beginning of the year, in December, I put out a 2022 goals video. So we're now going to rewatch it and see, if I accomplish those goals. I honestly don't remember what goals I put on there, so it'll be interesting to revisit those. But I'll put the little thing here so that we can watch it together and see what's going on there. So it is an 8-minute video, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch it together and see what the fuss was about for me. My goals for 2022. Last year I had multiple goal sections. I had book, life, and social media. I'm just going to make it like my bookish goals. I have life goals, but we don't need to talk about that. So these are going to be my bookish goals for the new year. So first and foremost, I do have the same reading goal as last year, which is to read 100 books. I did pretty great the last 2 years, so I'm just gonna stick with the 100. Okay, so firstly, my goal was to read 100 books, which I did accomplish. I've actually read over 150 at this point, so that was a good goal for me. We're off to a good start. Another thing that I would like to do is to do more book reviews. I usually review a lot of the books that I read, but I will not lie and say I review them all. I don't review them all. Towards the ending of 2021, I was doing better about writing reviews on Goodreads and sharing it in my feed and stuff, but it wasn't always a thing. So I'm going to try to stick and do reviews for most, if not all, of the books that I read. Okay, so my second goal was to do more book reviews, which I did. I didn't do more on here on YouTube, which I still need to make a goal. I do want to do more sit down, rapid review type of videos. But on Goodreads, I have reviewed every single book that I've read this year. So doing good on the book reviews. It also helps me personally to know what these books are about and how I felt about them at the time. And on my Bookstagram, I also did way more book reviews, so I did good on that as well. Starting a book blog that will primarily be book reviews and wrap-ups. It's just a space for me to kind of put all my thoughts out without focusing too much on my Instagram feed or things like that. So I decided to start a blog. I will leave it linked down below if you do want to follow me there, but I will hopefully post a review there for every single book that I read. Start and stick with a book blog. So this is the second time I've created a blog of some sort, like bookish, and neither time's stuck. So I no longer have a book blog. I just realized that it's not for me. I'm not a girl of many words, and I don't like to just sit there and type up these posts. So the blog wasn't for me. I think I'm going to stick with YouTube and Instagram being my main form of social media and stuff. Maybe one day I will get a blog and stick with it, but between work and school and just life in general, I can't keep up with a blog. So I didn't do that one. I also want to read more of the books that I own. I have been pretty good about reading physical books that I own. Okay, so next was read more books that I own. And see, I don't know. I read a lot of books that I own. I didn't buy as much this year, which was really good for me. But I also found my love for my Kindle this year, really loved my Kindle. So I read a lot of ebooks. Ebooks were the mass majority of the books I read. So I will say that I accomplished it. I did read the books that I own, and I also unhauled a lot of books that I own. So I think I did good on that. I think I will give myself a thumbs up for that goal. Next, that kind of has to do with reviews, is I want to be more on top of my ARCs, whether it's physical or through NetGalley. Stay on top of my ARCs. I did very good with my digital ARCs. There were a few months where I kind of just fell off, but I did really good catching up. So I will give myself good on that. I stayed very good on my digital ARCs. I don't read as many physical ARCs anymore, but like I said, I was very much in my ebook phase this year, so physical books were hard for me, if I'm being honest. But I don't receive a lot of physical ARCs anymore, so I think it's fine. For NetGalley, I'm hoping that by the end of the year, my score will be above 80%. NetGalley over 80% is a solid no. I have discovered NetGalley is not for me. I don't check it as much as a lot of other people do, so I don't stick with it as much as other people do. I've given up on NetGalley. I apologize. I get my ARCs through other companies. I don't know what it is about NetGalley. I just can't stick with it. So my NetGalley score is definitely not above 80%. So, oh well. On top of the conversations of ARCs, I do want to be more like active here in doing reviews. I don't really do reviews here unless it's like in a wrap up, but I'm hoping to do more like rapid review things of ARCs that I receive. Okay, so I did make a separate goal specifically for YouTube reviews saying post more rapid reviews. I did not do that. I don't think I've posted one this year, but I am hoping I have a plan on how I want to do rapid reviews next year. So I have a plan that I'll hopefully stick with and have more reviews up here. But yeah, no, I didn't do that this year. Sorry. I got 12 recommendations from 12 people based on the books that I already own. So there's books on my shelves. I posted pictures on my Instagram stories and I was like, hey, if there's a book here you recommend, let me know. So I got 12 recommendations from friends, and then the 22 in 22 are books that I chose myself, again only on books that I already own. So it says complete my 12 and 12, and then the next one I'm assuming is complete my 22 in 2022, and like I said, I already have a video reviewing those, and I would just say I did not complete either of them. And then I also want to complete Buzzwordathon. So my next goal was to complete the Buzzwordathon, which is what Books and Lala hosts every month. There's like a word, and so this, as of November, I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've completed 6 out of 11 months. So I didn't do great on that either. But I don't think I'm doing Buzzword next year just because I can't create my TBR over like certain words. And then next I want to complete the Always Fully Booked reading challenge. Next was complete the Always Fully Booked challenges. I got the Always Fully Booked planner last year, or like in 2022, and then between work and school and life I completely stopped using it. I am not getting it in 2023. I'm going with a different method, so I'm honestly not sure where I stand on the Always Fully Booked challenges. I will say I probably didn't complete it, so that's sad, but it is what it is. I don't think I completed them. Nice. And then another thing that I want to try my best to complete is the Pop Sugar reading challenge. The next one was complete the Pop Sugar reading challenge, which is another challenge that I didn't keep up with, so I could not tell you how far I got into it or like what books I read could have counted for things, and that's also another challenge I'm probably not going to pay attention to again. My mind just can't focus on those challenges that go out throughout the whole year, or like with all the books you read. So I don't think I'll be doing it again, and I did not complete that challenge. Cut down on the amount of book clubs that I participate in, and this is mainly because when I participate in so many book clubs, I'm not really choosing my own TBR. Participate in less book clubs. I definitely did that. I didn't overwhelm myself with book club picks. I think there's not one book club I participated in every single month, but that's because a lot of the times I want to read the books I own, and most of the times it's not necessarily books I own. So I definitely cut back on book clubs and read more of what I wanted to. But speaking of book clubs, I also have an announcement video about me launching my own book club with my bestie Rylan. If you do want to check that out, it is a romance book club launching in January. I also want to read at least 2 nonfiction books this year. I know Okay, so we have read at least 2 nonfictions, and I've read 0 nonfiction. I am going to stop fighting it and tell myself that it's okay. I don't need to read these books that, you know, some people think that you should be reading. So I am okay with having not read nonfiction, and I don't think I will reach towards nonfictions. I'm just going to accept that defeat and stop trying to make myself a nonfiction girl, honestly. Okay, so those were all of my reading goals. I think I did good for the most part. I did keep a tally here so you guys can see how I actually did. I won't know until I edit. But I actually think I did pretty good this year. This was kind of my year to accept my reading taste and say like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I'm going to read. I'm going to stop forcing like challenges and stuff on myself and all that sort of things. I will have my 2023 goals coming out soon once I figure out what they are. It'll probably be pretty basic in the sense of like amount of books I want to read and things like that. I had fun reviewing my 2022 goals. Like I said, I think I did pretty good this year. It was a very successful reading year for me personally, and there will be a video coming out towards or closer to the end of the year where I actually go through all of my stats. So that is it from me today. I hope you enjoyed. You can like, comment, and subscribe down below if you'd like. All of my socials, follow me anywhere else, are in the description as always. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!